And here at the Armory in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the much-anticipated main event for a vacant 140-pound title. Power puncher from Puerto Rico, Subriel Matias, 18 wins, 18 knockouts, taking on the undefeated Jeremias Ponce in a year where we have already seen plenty of high drama. Will we see another candidate for Fight of the Year? Magazine rated fighters with all victories via knockout. Subriel Matias looking to bring another 140-pound title to Puerto Rico.
We'll take a look at the numbers for this matchup, and you know, the edge in height and reach for Ponce, will it make a difference? Will he box? Will he be at range? He thinks he wants to be part of the time, but at the end of the day, we know that it's going to be warlike in there.
Rules for this championship fight: only the referee can stop the fight. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell, and the fight becomes official after 4 completed rounds. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. We do welcome you as Premier Boxing Champions presents the World Championship featured attraction of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Showtime in association with Fresh Productions and sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. This bout is sanctioned by the IBF. The president is Daryl Peoples. The supervisor in attendance, Rob Scott. Our judges, scoring from ringside, from Wisconsin, Mike Fitzgerald, from Illinois, Patrick Morley, and from Arizona, Chris Wilson. Introducing our referee in charge, our third man to the ring. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Mark Nelson. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Armory here in beautiful Minneapolis, Minnesota, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim, hailing from Jose Marmol, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He weighed in at 139.5 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 30 wins, no losses, 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his first attempt at a world title in his U.S. and Showtime debut. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the undefeated IBF #1 ranked junior welterweight contender, introducing Jeremias Ponce. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and yellow trunks with black trim, hailing from and representing Fajardo, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at 139.25 pounds. His record stands at 18 wins, 1 loss, with all 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He also is making his first attempt at a world title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting knockout artist and the IBF #2 ranked junior welterweight contender, introducing El Orgullo de Maternillo, Subriel Matias. And once again, a referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mark Nelson.
Gentlemen, you received my instructions earlier. You know what I expect. A clean championship fight. Just obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Mark Nelson, with 35 years pro experience as a referee, working his 925th pro bout, one of the best in the business, overseeing this 140-pound title fight. The bell and round number 1, and 43 of the combined 52 landed punches per round. That's 83%, Al, between Matias and Ponce are power shots.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to say this. I haven't looked forward to a fight as much as this one, and we've had some great ones in a while. And we had a great 140-pound fight between Puerto and Batir Akhmedov last year. This is going to be just like it.
And all early on, Ponce, who's known for that devastating body work, going to the body and even mixing it up upstairs. So already, it is Ponce delivering the heat.
Wow. Ponce hasn't even given me the opportunity to call him the body snatcher.
Pouncing on Matias.
Now Matias is waiting a little bit too long, too much.
Wow. 26 years of age, Ponce, used to fighting on the road, has no issues with the magnitude of the moment. After what he did in England against Lewis Ritson to earn this opportunity, and now here in the U.S. in his first fight on American soil, off to a torrid start.
He told us he might box the first couple rounds to see how things are going. Oh, my.
Who said that?
Ponce's already
Ponce.
He lied.
Wow.
Midway point of the round, he's already thrown 52 punches and landing 13 compared to just 3 for Matias, who's wondering what is happening.
I mean, he is doing the Subriel Matias impression here.
Yes,
he's fighting exactly the way Matias fights.
We expected that. When you look at tape of these fighters, they do fight similar styles.
Wow.
Wow is right. So much. We talked about power shots, and we talk about Ponce with his punch selection. Now Matias coming back with a series of left hands.
Now remember, Matias has been in firefights like this and taken big power shots, but this is jarring what's happening in round 1.
Now it almost makes me think that Matias was not expecting this, especially in the very beginning, first round.
I agree.
Both of them have had to overcome adversity. Both of them have been down once in their respective careers. But a superb start by Jeremias Ponce in the first frame for a vacant 140-pound title. You talk about a live underdog.
And talk about a fill-out round.
No feeling out process here. He is closing in on 100 punches thrown. Mamma mia, what a start for Argentina's Jeremias Ponce. Matias is shell-shocked.
Well, let's take a look at the keys to victory. And for Matias, I said don't square up. Well, he did that in round 1 a lot, and he took the brunt of it. Now, for him, the uppercut could be a very effective weapon on the inside, but he only threw 38 punches in that round. Now, he can't fade in the later rounds. I thought that was where Ponce was going to get his attack going. All those things having been said, he's just got to reset himself. Let's look at Ponce and figure out what could he do better? I don't know. He didn't really need the jab, and the uppercut he landed a number of times in that round, and he showed us the hook to the body. He has had a knockdown with the left hook to the body 3 in all of the last 3 fights.
Ponce made a statement in the first 3 minutes, and he made a statement in between rounds, standing the entire time, looking at Subriel Matias sitting on his stool, wondering what just happened.
Yeah, Ponce's here on the mission, and then you saw it early on. He came out to show us exactly what he's here to do, and that is to beat Matias.
mirror images of each other, very much so in their styles. And here comes Matias now, head to head, throwing punches to the body, neutralizing Ponce as best he can. As Ponce continues to dig to the body with right hands, Ponce just missed with a right uppercut. Now goes over the top with a right hand, it lands.
One of the things is Matias has a terrific left hook, and if Ponce is in the range where he can throw that punch, he just hasn't been able to land it. He needs one of those to change the dynamic in this fight right now.
Ponce with superb infighting skills thus far in this fight, landing while they're connected to each other, Abner.
Yeah, and let's not forget that, you know,
Matias.
Oh, wow. Matias' lone defeat, which he avenged against Petrus Anaya, was something similar to this, where Anaya was able to beat him in his own fight.
We talked about uppercuts. It's Ponce that has really gotten that punch in early, but there's Matias throwing it.
With a left uppercut.
They both know that it's a good punch on the inside.
Neither known for their defensive skills, although we have seen improvement recently. But they are now, as expected, going toe-to-toe in the center of the ring. Round number 2.
Just the second round, and it has Fighter of the Year written all over it.
I mean, and the question would be, Matias has gotten himself together in this second round. He's landing some nice shots, so he has responded well.
The end of February, already a handful of candidates for Fight of the Year has been produced by boxing this year, and this one already living up to the hype. Less than a minute left in the second.
Wow.
And there's Matias with a left hook, but back comes Ponce.
Now let's frame this. Ponce has decided to fight Matias's fight exactly. So now the question is, can he keep doing it exactly this way?
Many of the fans standing riveted by this onslaught of offense that we are witnessing here with 20 seconds left in the second round.
Ooh, I think that both of these fighters, wow, have enough heart and obviously courage to, to fight in the inside, but it's Matias' power that might be the difference in this fight.
A bounce back round for Subriel Matias. Tremendous stuff through 2 rounds.
Okay. Now we're winning. No. Now you're doing what I told you. You keep working with it. Now he got scared. So now we got to keep going. When you do that with all the sparrings, just keep close and do it. Nice. Nice, you're standing up, you're boxing. You did the counter punch and then you felt the punch. You're okay? Yes, I'm okay. So those exchanges, let's try to avoid it. You don't have to do that. Don't interchange too early. Don't exchange.
No standing in the corner after a round 2 that saw Subriel Matias bounce back, and a competitive, tremendous fight already, and they could glide in the center of the ring and start chucking leather.
Now the danger for Ponce is he got hurt with left hooks because he's trading left hooks with Matias.
Yeah, you don't want to trade early on, or and maybe perhaps never, in this fight. You just want to work that body, rip to body. Good hook there.
Body by Ponce. Left uppercut right by Ponce.
But he didn't hook with them. He threw it first.
Another hook by Ponce upstairs. Subriel Matias busy on the inside.
It's not that Ponce can't do this and do it well. The question is, will Matias do it better?
With all due respect to Aerosmith, it's not love in an elevator, it's fight in an elevator. Wow. Both of them looking to go to the penthouse at 140 pounds.
I thought this fight was going to get there in about 2 rebounds, but
thankfully it didn't.
It got there in a minute.
They didn't want to keep you waiting now.
No.
They said right away. And what a fight this has been so far. I mean, both fighters really doing practically the same thing, back and forth, uppercuts, body shots. Wow.
Matias throws 86 punches around, Ponce 75. That's about where they're going right now, even more.
Yeah, remember round number 1, Ponce was within a few punches of throwing 100. A minute and a half left in the third, and they remain at close quarters.
Now, if you're Ponce, you can't fall in love with landing headshots. You are a body puncher. That's where you're going to get your best bang for the dollar against Matias.
I know, and now it's all about adjustments in these fights, especially Ponce. Ponce has to get back on that jab.
This is a very close round here in this round.
They've been as close as conjoined twins for the majority of the round, right in front of each other, just continuing to dig deep, throwing power shots, uppercuts, hooks.
And this is a young fighter in Ponce. He's in his prime. He's 26 years old. I mean, he's in the toughest fight in his career right now, and he's living up to it.
Subriel Matias. Wow. Really no commentary necessary. It's incredible to watch.
It's amazing. And the adjustments are every 15 seconds for these fighters.
Box out.
Now it's Matias's turn to close in on 100 punches thrown in a round. As expected, scintillating stuff between Matias and Ponce. A close encounter on the 140-pound guy.
Early in the round, Matias using the uppercut and the left hand, and he's just a very good combination puncher, and it's always punctuated by the left hook. Everything is kind of left hook centric for Matias. It's all designed to get there. Now, Ponce coming back in this round. He's doubling with his hooks. Now, the 2 left hooks didn't get there, but he got there with the right hand. And that's the combination punching from a little bit of range that I think Ponce wants a little bit more. By the end of the round, they were trading hooks, and Matias, I think, was getting a little better of the bargain. Yeah, there's that hook from Matias. Oh, man, I mean, this is special.
Both guys say this fight will not reach the final bell. They are certainly fighting like it. As we begin round number 4, and again, they resume hostilities. And Subriel Matias trying to put on the pressure, working the body. Ponce picking him up with the left uppercut, the left hook.
Abner, a question for you. Is Ponce fighting this way because he wants to, or could he get back and try and jab a little and stay outside?
I think he can. He showed us just that in the first round. Started off jabbing double, triple jabs, and he kind of threw off Matias a bit with that and created openings for him with the uppercuts. But again, that's the style of fight that he likes, Ponce.
48
inside.
combined wins, 38 knockouts. Left hook to the body by Ponce, countered upstairs with a right by Matias. Did we mention they don't really care about defense at times?
Not so much all the time, no.
And that's what makes them very fan-friendly. The fact that they're such offensive juggernauts, but also the fact that they sometimes do sacrifice defense in order to try to close the show.
And normally Ponce does stand at range a little bit more during fights, so he is deciding to be chest to chest. It reminds me a little bit of Diego Corrales deciding to be right chest to chest with Jose Luis Castillo. We thought, oh my God, he can't do this, but he did do it.
And let's not forget that Matias has been in this position before against higher, better fighters. I mean, not taking anything away from Ponce.
No,
but
Ponce came to make a point, and he's done that from the get-go, right from the jump.
And we said it, just because we don't know the fighter doesn't mean that he's a bad fighter. Ponce came to win. He's a good fighter, and he's making his name.
What we saw on tape.
I'm telling you, he came here to just, you know, showcase a great fight, and he's doing that now.
Now, Matias,
really close fight.
Matias in this round is starting to exert himself, and he's throwing more punches than Ponce.
As he did in the last round as well.
You have to do a lot to discourage Subriel Matias, and we see that by what happened in round 1.
And I got to go back to Petro's fight when he fought him and he lost. Petro created openings with the jab. Ponce has to get back to the jab, double, triple jab, his way in.
You're talking about Matias' long loss to Petro Sananian, who he avenged in his last fight, stopping him in a beautiful left hook upstairs by Matias. Now Matias unloading on Ponce, but Ponce came back with a left hook. What a fight!
Some water here. Listen to me. You got to keep doing the same thing, but we have to throw. We have to throw the left and the right.
Action on the inside. Matias, who is very accustomed to fighting at this range, landing those short little shots. We talked about the uppercuts. Both men have good ones. Matias landing his. Now, Ponce trading those left hooks. His not quite as good as Matias, and there was the big left hook that Mauro referenced. But what does Ponce do? He lands a beautiful straight right hand. So it's exciting.
Round number 5 for the vacant 140-pound title. Again, Josh Taylor was the undisputed champion. Vacated 3 of his titles, remains a belt holder, joined by Regis Prograis, Alberto Puello, and now Jeremias Ponce, Subriel Matias, looking to steal each other's souls in order to reach the summit.
Yeah, great rhythm that Matias is finding now. Uppercut and hook, back to the uppercut. You know, but Ponce has to get up to the body shots.
Let's bring in Steve Farhood.
Mo, this is alternate rounds in my card. I think Matias clearly won the second, and I think he pulled out the fourth with that left hook. Very close fight. Ponce's been the aggressor. Matias giving ground, but both landing plenty of shots. Very close fight. I have it even.
Abner, you hit it. Ponce needs to get back to the body, and there it is. There's that left hook downstairs.
Good combination upstairs by Matias.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to slow down Matias. Even though we've seen it in the past, we've seen him get into the body, but he continues to throw. But that's what Ponce needs to do. Rip that body, and he's known for that. He's a body ripper. He rips that body good.
Matias is doing a better job defensively in these last couple rounds. He's kind of blocking some of those punches by Ponce.
Good combination by Matias, splitting the guard of Ponce. But Ponce fires back. Left hands scoring for Matias. Walking down Ponce, going to the body. Ponce unloading the right that misses. Final 60 seconds of another high-octane round.
Now, I don't want to jinx Ponce, but I have not seen him being hurt in this fight yet, or I hope not, but I'm just saying he's got a great chin. Speaking of Ponce.
He's been down once against Southpaw Jonathan Inez. It was a left hook in the 3rd round. He overcame that stunning knockdown to win the fight, and for Matias, well, he's been down once as well against Petro Sananian. That came in their first meeting, his lone defeat.
You know, how extraordinary is it, given what went on in round 1, that Subriel Matias is here battling not only on even terms, maybe doing a little better.
Yeah. Matias has Ponce staggered! Ponce goes down for the 2nd time in his career!
5, 6, 7, 8. Come here. Come here, let's go.
Matias revving up the engine! Going upstairs, another left hook, double left hook, Ponce hanging on!
go.
Well, here's where Matias landing some nice left hooks, and that body shot. Ironically, we talked about Ponce's body shot, but Matias with a nice body shot that knocked him. That one really was what knocked him off balance. I think some of these headshots had made Ponce like that left hook off the top of his head, and this one might be over.
Is over. The fight is over.
It's okay.
Mamma mia! What a stunning turn of events here at the Armory in Minneapolis. Subriel Matias has just won a vacant 140-pound belt, and his knockout streak in victories continues. Now 19-1 with 19 finishes. This one stunning considering everything we saw. But hey, Ponce did go down in the last round.
Yeah, and a lot of people might not want to agree with me as far as the stoppage. I think it's a good stoppage. Why? Because he was taking a lot of shots. Yes, this is the opportunity where you come up and show up, and he did. Ponce did so tonight, but you know, he was taking a lot of shots.
Yeah, I assume his corner did not want to let him go out. You know, when you look at this man, let's just go back, rewind a little bit to round one, okay? He was dominated as you can't imagine anyone being dominated and not going down. He kept, not only did he keep his wits about him, he was able to sustain through that. And Ponce made a calculated risk to fight the exact fight that Matias wanted, thinking he could gut him on the inside. Didn't work. Worked for a round.
Yeah, we talked about exactly that first round. I think it was more Matias being like, "Oh wow, you know, I wasn't expecting this fight to start off so soon."
Yeah,
and it did in that first round.
Now look at this. When you look at these numbers, here's the key. Matias landing 40 body shots to 25 by Ponce. We expected Ponce to be the man to do that. Both landing good numbers, percentages in terms of power shots. The difference was this man simply hit a little harder, and Ponce could not deal with his power.
Let's go to Felix de Jesus, who's going to interpret what transpired in Ponce's corner.
Listen to me. Listen to me. We're done. We're done. No more. We're done.
Hey, no más. No más. Do this. No más. Tranquilo.
Two famous words in boxing, no mas, but a much different turn of events here as Jeremias Ponce, the corner, deciding that was enough, Al.
Alberto Zacarias, his dad was a renowned trainer in Argentina. He pulled the plug, did not want his fighter to get hurt, and they thinking of his career.
Let's make it official. Here is Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 5. A referee in charge, Mark Nelson, stops the contest upon suggestion of the corner. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is the new IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, El Orgullo de Maternillo, Subriel Matias.
30-year-old Subriel Matias becomes the 8th 140-pound male Puerto Rican champion, improving to 19-1, continuing his knockout streak with 19 wins via form of knockout. And let's go to Jim Gray.
All right, Mauro, thank you very much. Felix de Jesus will once again interpret for us. Subriel, congratulations on your performance.
Subriel, felicidades. Tremenda pelea.
Muchas gracias. Primero que nada, gracias a Dios. Es el protagonista de esto, lo que está pasando hoy. A cada una de las personas que están aquí, mi mamá, mi mujer, mi hija, una persona bien especial. De verdad que gracias.
First of all, the victory was for God. And second, I want to thank my family that's here, my mother, my daughter, my wife, everybody that came out today.
Why are you so calm?
¿Por qué estás tan calmado?
Creo que se trabajó, ¿verdad?, durante 10 meses para este momento, entonces creo que no había por qué preocuparse.
No, we worked for 10 months really hard in the gym, so there's really, you know, I came here to win. There was nothing to offset that.
Were you surprised that he didn't continue?
¿Estaba tú sorprendido cuando él no pudo continuar?
Pues mira, realmente no. Quería, ¿verdad?, noquearlo en el sexto. Se acabó el asalto, entonces dije, ahora vamos a trabajar un poco más duro, pero la esquina decidió detenerla.
Not really. What I wanted to do was to knock him out. I was looking to knock him out in the 6th round, and so I wasn't surprised that they stopped the fight.
Let's take a look at the 5th round and tell us from your vantage point what happened when you knocked him down.
Esto que pasó en el 5º asalto, dinos cuando lo noqueaste. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Di la secuencia.
Pues nada, ¿verdad? Cuando vi que lo puse mal, él retrocedió, entonces dije, está mal, y me le tiré, como, ¿verdad? El león busca a su presa.
Yeah, no, I saw that he was hurt and he was going back, so I'm like a lion looking for the feast, and I found it.
He came out and had an onslaught in that first round. Were you expecting 96 punches and all of the action that he threw at you?
Yo estaba esperando ese primer asalto donde tiró 96 golpes a ti. ¿Tú estabas esperando eso en el primer asalto de parte de él?
Él, los primeros 4 asaltos, es una persona, ¿verdad?, de cuidado, entonces decidí buscarlo desde el primer asalto precisamente para eso, para ir mermándolo.
Yeah, no, I'm a guy that for the first 4 rounds, I'm very tentative, but as I saw him coming out this way, you know, I was trying to also prepare.
Terrific fight. Congratulations.
Tremenda pelea. Felicidades.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Buena pelea.
Gracias, caballo, ¿viste?
Are you okay?
¿Está bien, Jeremias?
Sí, estoy bien.
Yes, I'm fine.
Why did you or your corner elect not to continue?
¿Por qué la esquina dijo que no siguiera la pelea?
Ellos me conocen, ellos tomaron la decisión y a veces es mejor tomar un minuto antes la decisión que un minuto después, así que me duele porque yo quería ganar, pero bueno, vine a ganar y no pudimos. Pero agradezco que estoy con salud, que es lo primordial.
Yeah, the first thing is I'm in great health and everything, and my corner knows me better than me, and it's better to take the precaution a minute earlier than a minute less, but I wanted to continue.
Did you feel as though this was a pretty even fight until that knockdown in the 5th round?
¿Tú crees que la pelea estaba muy empate hasta que en el 5º asalto él te noqueó?
Sí, yo creo que estaba pareja, pero bueno, es así, una mano cambia toda la pelea y mi esquina vieron eso y le agradezco.
No, I thought it was definitely even, but you know, in this kind of fight, one punch ends it, and that's what happened. That turned it around.
Were you surprised that he was able to adjust and survive your onslaught of that first round?
Ese primer asalto, ¿estaba tú sorprendido que él pudo aguantar?
Sí, la verdad que Subriel, yo ya lo dije, es un boxeador muy fuerte, muy bueno. Sabíamos que iba a ser una pelea dura y bueno, hoy me tocó perder, pero le quiero mandar un fuerte saludo a mis hijos, a mi hijo, a mi novia, a toda mi familia, que estoy bien. Que no pasa nada, pronto voy a volver otra vez.
First of all, I want to tell my family that everything is fine, to my son, to my wife, that everything is good. And in the first round, I came out to try to get him, but he was a tough fighter, and I knew this fight was going to be a very tough fight.
Can you tell us about the knockdown as we look at the monitor here and what happened from your vantage point?
¿Qué pasó aquí en el 5º asalto? ¿Cómo fue el ataque de parte de Subriel?
No, fue Subriel muy fuerte, ahí se ve en el video. Yo ya sabía que iba a ser así. Me conectó un golpe y bueno, perdí la estabilidad, me caí y después me pude recuperar, pero quedé un poco sentido, eso sí.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you know that Subriel Matias is a tough fighter, a strong fighter, and he did hit me with that shot. I went down. I lost my stability a little bit. I did recoup, but then it was just too late.
Thanks for a great fight. Would you like a rematch?
¿Quiere una revancha?
Ojalá que sí, que se me dé porque quiero ser campeón del mundo en mi sueño y bueno, yo ya fui de la Ivo, pero quiero ser una entidad reconocida y bueno, mandar un saludo a toda mi familia de vuelta y a toda la gente que me hizo el apoyo de Argentina.
Hopefully, I want to be a champion. I've been a champion before, but I want with a legitimate champion, and I definitely want the rematch, please.
You're just 26 years old, undefeated until this defeat. You have a big future. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias y gracias a toda la gente que vino acá. Y
Thanks for everybody that came out here to see me.
Glad you're okay. All right, Moro, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim. And let's bring in our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood, to go over the official scores and his own unofficial scores at the time of the stoppage.
Well, Mo, there were 5 completed rounds in this fight, and all 3 judges had this fight dead even after 4 rounds. Interesting. Of course, the 5th round was the knockdown round, so that was 10-8 for Matias, and he was ahead 48-46 at the time of the stoppage on all 3 cards. As far as my card goes, identical. I had it 48-46 for Matias. Gave Ponce the 1st and 3rd rounds, and Matias getting the 10-8 round in the 5th. So Matias slightly ahead on the cards. Very close fight until the knockdown round.
Subriel Matias told his mother Vivian, who was in attendance tonight when he was 12 years old, that he was going to make her proud and become a champion. He did that tonight. He said he was going to win by knockout before the 7th round. He did that as well. And it was February 25th, 1964. Muhammad Ali, then known as Cassius Clay, defeated Sonny Liston to win his first world heavyweight title. 59 years later, Subriel Matias, the pride of Puerto Rico, wins his first 140-pound title. Brian Custer, as impressive as it gets.
Yeah, you're right about that. Once again, Subriel Matias, all of his victories have come by knockout. Now 19 victories, 19 knockouts, and we got some exciting fighters at world champion at 140 pounds. Subriel Matias, Regis Prograis, Josh Taylor, you can go on.